Hello, my Fly Mickey friends, and welcome to this week's edition of Tips, Tricks and Travel News from the world of Disney. And on this week's episode, we check out some cool new Avengers merch coming to Disneyland California. Could Disneyland Paris be losing some beloved attractions? And we say goodbye to a legendary Imagineer. Now, before we delve into this week's Fantasmic news, don't forget to subscribe to this video and click the bell icon to stay in the know about all things Disney. First up, and while the cruise industry is on an operational pause right now through to the end of the year, a few cruise lines have begun to voluntarily extend their sailing suspensions due to the ongoing impact and uncertainty of COVID-19. Disney Cruise Line is one of them and has extended its hiatus until at least January the 31st of 2021. They have also cancelled sailings on the Disney Magic, the Disney Wonder and the Disney Dream through to February the 1st and the Disney Fantasy through to February the 6th. In an official statement, the company said, "Our team at Disney Cruise Line remain focused on the health and well-being of our guests and team members. We continue to carefully review the guidelines from the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and are working towards resuming operations. As we continue to refine our protocols for our eventual return to service, we have decided to cancel all sailings." Disney Cruise Line have said that any guests booked on affected sailings who have paid their reservation in full will be offered the choice of a cruise credit to be used for a future sailing date or a full refund. Guests who have not paid their reservation in full will automatically receive a refund for the amount that they have paid so far. For a complete list of affected sailings, head to flymickey.co.uk and click latest news. As many of you valued Disney vacationers already know, Disneyland Paris will not be reopening its gates again in 2020. In fact, the parks and village will remain closed until February the 13th of next year at the very earliest. But when the resort does finally reopen its doors, it may look a little different from now, with a few of the smaller attractions, shows and quirks around the parks unlikely to reappear. According to close park sources, Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, the Tex-Mex gunslinging live arena dining event, and the Motor Action Stunt Show Spectacular, an attraction that features cars, pyrotechnics and jet ski chases, are both at risk of closing permanently, with talks currently ongoing between the park's management and the staff's unions over their future. Also, the puppeteers at the Lucky Nugget Saloon, a Western saloon found in Frontierland, and the musicians who perform around the parks and in the parades are also at risk of losing their jobs. As of yet, no official announcement has been made by Disneyland Paris. The Walt Disney Company has announced that it will be laying off a total of 32,000 employees. That's 4,000 more than the previously announced cutbacks in September, and they will primarily be coming from the Disney Parks, Experiences and Products departments. Prior to this initial news, Disney employed around 223,000 people across its different divisions, with the distribution of layoffs from September being approximately 18,000 at Walt Disney World and 10,000 at Disneyland Resort. But it isn't clear yet where these additional 4,000 layoffs will take place, and if there will be any additional redundancies within the theme parks thereafter. Disney has yet to make any additional official comment on this topic to any of the major news outlets. Now, Thursday just gone, we watched a Thanksgiving special 5th year edition of the Wonderful World of Disney Magical Holiday Celebration, and it certainly got everyone in our household in the festive spirit. The show was compiled from highlights of Christmases of the past at Disney parks, featuring classic live performances like the one from Jason Derulo singing Silent Night, Kelly Clarkson's wonderful rendition of Underneath the Tree from back in 2016, and the Pentatonics belting out their hit version of Deck the Halls from last year's show. We also saw other big names feature on the virtual event this year, like Boyz II Men, Meghan Trainor, Idina Menzel, One Republic, and Aloe Black. And it was all brought together by Dancing with the Stars brother and sister duo Derek and Juliana Howe, who returned as hosts and kicked the entire show off with a fantastic medley of holiday classics together. We also had a first look at the much anticipated Remy's Ratatouille Adventure Ride, which is set to open at Walt Disney World next year, and an exclusive sneak peek at the Pixar and Disney film Soul, which is now set to be released on the streaming service Disney Plus on Christmas Day. If you got to see the show this year, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Now, are you an avid collector of the latest Disney merch? Well, if you are, then you'll be pleased to know that despite Disneyland in Anaheim being closed, you can now buy the first in a line of official Avengers Campus goodies. Disney Parks announced recently it is selling a new toy from the Campus range for the holiday season. What is that toy, you ask? Well, it's the Spider Bot. According to the announcement, the toy will put you in control of the action to battle opponents with programmed combat and defensive abilities, and it can rotate 360 degrees, crawl backwards and forwards, and light up with laser eyes. Toys and apparel based on the Worldwide Engineering Brigade, or WEB, will be available at Downtown Disney District at the Disneyland Resort, and at World of Disney and Disneyland Resort Backlot Premier Shop from December the 4th. Disneyland Resort had planned to open the Avengers Campus in 2020, but like all plans in 2020, those disintegrated like ashes in Infinity Wars. And finally, the legendary Imagineer Joe Rohde has announced his retirement from the Walt Disney Company after nearly 40 years of making dreams come true. You may have seen him on a number of the Behind the Magic type documentaries, mostly recognised as the creator of Disney's Animal Kingdom, the lead on Pandora: The World of Avatar, and the brains behind some of the Imagineering team's finest works. Joe Rohde is described by his work colleagues as a real-life adventurer. In life, in art, and in work, he fully embodied the true spirit of adventure and exploration, and that came across in his ideas and his developments. He has been committed for 40 years to bring dynamic, inventive, and diverse projects to the Disney parks. But while his departure is a sad loss for the company as a whole, many fans have begun to worry if their favourite attraction will ever now get fixed. Specifically talking about the Yeti in Expedition Everest, which Rohde helped create. The massive animatronic would gnash its teeth, roar, and reach down to grab you and your train whilst you rode the attraction. But shortly after it opened, the Yeti broke down and has remained in the same frightening pose ever since. Rohde had said that he and the Imagineers have always wanted to fix it. However, due to the size and location of the massive 25-foot tall animatronic, it is not as easy or as simple to fix as one of the child animatronics on It's a Small World. Joe will be leaving his position with the Imagineering team on January the 4th next year, and we all wish him the very best in his retirement. And that's it for this week's Tips, Tricks and Travel News Update. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms so you'll never miss out on the magic moments from the world of Disney. And all that's left to say is have a fabulous, magical day.